Hello students, today we're going to continue our work with multiplying fractions. So today we're going to talk about some word problems. Excuse me. When Max got home from school yesterday, he went into the kitchen to get a snack. There was 3/4 of a pan of brownies on the counter. Max ate 1/4 of what was left. What part of the pan of brownies did Mark eat? And I guess that should be Max because that's who we started with. Okay, so what happens is he gets home and there's a pan of brownies. So we have this pan of brownies. And in the pan is 3/4 of a pan full of brownies. So we need to split this into fourths. And you can put 3/4 on the top if you like. And we're going to shade 3 of those because this is what he sees when he gets home. Okay. Now, yesterday we talked about shading. Remember, we shade top to bottom since we cut it from top to bottom. Okay. Now, this is what he saw. Somebody ate this part. I don't know who ate them, but this was all that was left. So out of what was left, he ate 1/4. So we're going to split this into fourths going the opposite direction, so left to right. So we need 3 lines to make fourths. And this is where people got confused when I was looking at your work yesterday. All right, you've got to shade all the way from the left to the right. Some of you were just shading the white part, some of you just shading the pink part. So if we're looking here, we got to pretend that the lines running top to bottom no longer exist. Okay, so this is a fourth all the way across. This is a fourth all the way across. This is a fourth. One of these little squares is not a fourth, okay? The fourth is going to run from left to right because that's the direction we cut it. And he ate 1/4. So we're going to shade this. We're going to start at the left and we're going to go all the way to the right. Okay? So you've got to start at this end and go all the way to that end. Okay? Don't stop shading. Okay? Now, how much of the pan did he eat? So our problem is 3/4 times 1/4. Okay? Now, how many have both colors? If we look right here, there are 3 that have both colors. How many pieces are in all? Well, if you count the number of pieces in all, you'll find there's 16 of them. So 3/16. Okay. All right, now number 2 is a little wordy. It says, Brittany's mom had a big garden last summer. All right, so let's draw our garden. It says she planted corn and tomatoes in half the garden. Not that it matters, but this is corn and tomatoes. She planted lettuce in 1/4 of the garden. Okay, so we're going to split this into fourths. So one of these is lettuce. And she used half of the last fourth of the garden for flowers. All right, so really what we're worried about is this 1/4 piece right here. This is the part she didn't plant anything in. Okay, that's our 1/4. Okay. All right, now she uses half of it. So we're going to split the other direction in half. Okay, so one line makes half. And you're going to shade all the way from the left to the right. Now you can shade the top, you can shade the bottom. It does not matter. Okay, so we're going to start at the left and we're going to go all the way over 1/2 half. Okay. Now, so what we had here was 1/4 of a garden that was left that didn't have anything planted in it. And then she planted half of it with flowers. So how much is that? Well, if you look, there's one square that is both colors. So that's 1 as your numerator. And how many squares are there in all? There are 8. Okay. All right. Dontrell was getting a new rug for his bedroom. His dad said the rug would cover 3/4 of half the floor. How much of the floor did the rug cover? So we're doing 3/4 times 1/2. All right. So if you'll draw your rectangle, and your job is to figure out 3/4 times 1/2. So if you'll pause the video and let the students work on this problem. All right, let's come back and look at this. Okay. So we have 3/4 on the top, and we're going to split it into fourths. And we're going to shade 3. All right, and then we're going to do half. And we're going to go left to right with the half. And how many have both pieces? There are 3. And how many pieces are there in all? 8. So 3/8 of the floor the rug would cover. All right, I'm going to let you try number 4. So please pause the video and work on number 4. All right, so if we look at this now, we have 7/8, so we have to split this into 8 pieces. So we draw 7 lines. All right, and we're going to shade in 7 of them. Because that's what we started with 7/8 of a box of candy. Okay, now we're going to give half of this to the little sister. So we're going to split this in half going the other direction. Now remember, we're going to pretend that the lines running up and down aren't there, and we're going to shade all the way from the left all the way to the right. Now, how many have both pieces shaded? There are 7 that are shaded both pink and blue. And how many pieces are there in all? There are 16. All right, you have the last 4 to do on your own.